So I did another one. These gorgeous poppies are in bloom right now, and the weather forecast for the rest of the week is rain. They always end up quite flattened whenever they get rained on, so I thought I would take the chance before it started raining and do another reflection. These poppies are volunteers. When we first moved into our house, they were growing in a corner off the lawn, and I almost dug them out thinking they were weeds. I'm so glad that I didn't dig them out back then. So I sat among the poppies in this neglected corner of the garden. True confession, my entire garden is neglected. But I have to respect the flowers that continue to grow and thrive regardless. Anyway, I asked the poppies what messages they had for me, and here's what they said. Hello, Dawn. Be bold, be seen, be spectacular. Some people may not like you. Some people may fear your power, and others will not be able to resist. All is as it should be. You have an important place in this world. You have gifts to share. Keep doing your thing. You will find a place to bloom, and the people who appreciate what you have to offer will not only find you, they will seek you out. Love from the Poppies. I did that reflection yesterday, and this morning came across this meme that a friend of mine had posted that said, have the courage to be disliked. And I thought, wow. And poppies show up in my artwork quite often, like this piece from the last day of my 100-day project. And then this book goes back to my first 52 Things project back in 2015, and it's filled with whimsical, unusual birds, including this one among the poppies. And I just love how bold and bright and unforgiving they are. And this poppy painting was something that I finished last year as part of my 52 completed things. I've also got this little hand-carved stamp that I made some time ago, and I think I'm going to use that in today's artwork. And today I'm going to work with acrylic paints, and I'm using really inexpensive. The red is a dollar store acrylic, and the yellow is cheap kids acrylic paint. I'm loading them up on the biggest brush that I could find. I'm loading up 2 colors, not mixing them. I'm leaving them to just show up on the page as they will, kind of randomly. And I'm kind of making frilly marks that kind of mimic the shape of the poppies. I'm just taking my time and filling them in and not worrying too much about what things look like at this point. So the great thing about acrylic paint is you have many opportunities to layer, and you see that as I go along the colors get more and more mixed, but you can still see areas of red and areas of yellow showing up. I'm loading the brush up, so the red is more on one side and the yellow shows up more on the other side. Now I'm going to use my hand-carved stamp to create the center of the poppy. I probably should have waited for the first layer to dry. Oh well, I can always add more black in later once it has dried. And now that everything's dried, I'm going to go in with my Crayola Twistable Kids crayons, and honestly I don't think they really made that much difference, so I abandoned that idea pretty quickly. Now that the petals are dry, I can actually go in with my stamp and some black acrylic paint and create a more defined center to my poppy. I'm just adding some little speckles of poppy seeds here. And I've chosen another cheap dollar store paint in green for the background. I think this green is a nice contrast with the color of the poppy. And I'm just painting it in with a much smaller brush this time because I couldn't find a bigger brush. And I notice now that the acrylic paint that I used is quite transparent. You can still see the words quite clearly through the paint, and that was not really what I intended. And I'm going back and adding some more paint to the petals, trying to de-emphasize those words, those background words. And I'm using a gel pen to add my words onto this piece, and it's not the color I thought it was. I thought I was using a black gel pen, but this one is actually metallic green. I didn't pre-plan the words. I didn't put any construction lines down because I don't mind if the words are not perfectly aligned. I think that we spend a lot of time worrying about things that really aren't important. Are these words any less important if they're not perfectly lined up? No, they're still the same words, so I'm going to just leave them wherever they fall. It will be perfectly imperfect, just like me. And maybe there are some people that won't like that, and that's quite all right. So I've chosen the first few words that the poppy spoke to me. Be bold, be seen, be spectacular.